Hello and welcome to Learn Statistics class. In this class we are going to learn the statistical concept in simple and more easy way. The topic of today's lecture is measures of dispersion. Now we shall see first the introduction of measure of dispersion. The various measures of central tendency, as we discussed in the previous topic, provide us a single figure that represents the entire statistical data. We know that the single figure is nothing but mean, median or mode. An average may give a good idea about the data, but due to its own limitations, it cannot show all the characteristics of the data. There may be several series whose average may be identical but differs from each other in many ways. Now let us consider the example to understand how the data differs from each other. In the given data, we have taken two sets of observation, set A and set B. Each set has three values. Set A consists of three values 100, 97, 103, and set B having the three different values 17, 0 and 283. If we add all the values of set A and set B, it gives the same total 300. If we find out the mean for set A and set B, then it comes out to be 100. How it is 100? It is 300 divided by 3, since there are three values in each set. So the mean is 100. So the question arises that for which set the average is proper representative. If we observe carefully the given data, we see that set A has the values 100, 97 and 103, which are near to the average 100. But on the other hand, if we observe the set B values 17, 0 and 283, then all these three values are far away from the average 100. Means the values of set B are dispersed away from the mean 100. Then it is important to find out some measure which measures this variation or dispersion and express it in a single figure. Such measures are called the measures of dispersion or the measures of variation. Now let us see the definition of dispersion. The deviation or variation of the different values of data from its average is known as dispersion. In the other words, dispersion is defined as the spread of actual values from the average. Means dispersion measures the spreadness of the values in the given data from its average. There are two types of measures of dispersion. The first one is absolute measure of dispersion, in which the dispersion is given in its original values, and the second one is relative measure of dispersion. Now we shall see the absolute measure of dispersion. The measure of dispersion expressed in terms of original units of the data are called as absolute measure. In this measure, dispersion is given in the original units of measurement, which is used to measure the variability of the data. The second, relative measure of dispersion. The measure of dispersion which express as ratio or percentages are called as relative measures, which is a pure number free from units of measurement, and the relative measure is used for comparison. It is used to compare the variation of two sets of the data. Now there are certain conditions or requisites for a good measure of dispersion. How we decide which measure is good? There are certain conditions are given. Now we shall discuss the requirements or conditions for a good measure of dispersion. The requirements or requisites of the good measure of dispersion are as below. So first condition is it should be clearly defined. Means whatever may be your measure of dispersion, it should be clearly defined such that anyone can understand what is the measure of dispersion. The second one is it should be easy to calculate. Means it is easy to calculate. Next one is it should be simple to understand. Whatever may be the measure of dispersion we define, it must be simple to understand for everyone. Next one is it should be based on all the observation. Means the point should be taken into mind that while defining the measure of dispersion, it should depend on all the data. Then and then only it measures the variability very well. Next one is it should not be unduly affected by extreme values. Extreme values means end values, the smallest and the largest value of the data. If we change the extreme values, then our measure of dispersion should not affect very much. It is independent of the extreme values. Next condition is it should be capable of further mathematical treatment. What is mathematical treatment? Suppose we have two measures of dispersion, D1 and D2, for two sets with size say n1 and 2. If we combine these two sets and obtain a combined measure of dispersion, say DC, then it should be in terms of D1 and D2. This is known as mathematical treatment. If a measure satisfies this condition, then that is known as it is capable of further mathematical treatment. And the last one is it should have sampling stability. Means what? If you take different samples from the same population to obtain the variation, then each sample show the same variability, near about same variability. Then and then the dispersion is known as having a sampling stability. Now we shall start with the first measure of dispersion, that is range. Range is the simplest measure of dispersion. The difference between largest and smallest value of the data is called as its range. Range is denoted by a alphabet capital R, and it is given by R is equal to L minus S, where L is nothing but the largest value of the data and S is the smallest value of the corresponding data. The corresponding relative measure of range, which is known as the coefficient of range, is given by L minus S divided upon L plus S. This coefficient of range is free from the unit of measurement, and it can be used for the purpose of comparison of two sets of the data in concern with the variation. In the previous lecture, we have already calculated the examples on range. If student want to learn solve the examples on dispersion, then click on the I button at the top right corner of the screen, and link of that lecture is also mentioned in the description below. In this channel, we have already discussed many more concepts from the statistics subject. If student want to refer all the lectures, then link of all the playlists are mentioned in the description. If student like this lecture, then click on the like button, share with your friends in order to learn the statistical concept in simple and more easy way. Further, the students are requested to subscribe my channel in order to get the notification of upcoming lectures in the upcoming days. Now we will stop here. We will meet with the next lecture with the next concept from the measure of dispersion. Till then, we will stop here. Thank you.